most out of your saving, here's an account called IUL, Index Universal Life.
So, how this work? How we can get such an account?
An Index Universal Life account is offered by insurance companies and will give you more benefits than any other place where you can save.
Yeah man, okay, sounds good. But how it work?
By saving $1 a month monthly in the Index Universal Life account, you can get excellent growth on your money, safety of your funds, tax advantages when you're ready to withdraw, and with every Index Universal Life account, you will have life insurance that pays out money for qualified illnesses as well as death benefits to your family in case of death.
Yo, that's a lot of information, and I wasn't writing.
No worries, man. For more information or to start an Index Universal Life account, call 718-772-7679 and ask for Ione. Remember, call Ione at 718-772-7679 and ask about the Index Universal Life account.
Okay, got it. Call 718-772-7679.
Yeah, man, call Ione 718-772-7679. Ask about the Index Universal Life account.
Are you looking for a way to ship your valuables to Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean islands? Well, guess what? It's all about Quality One International Shipping Express Corp. They provide a one-stop, hassle-free, customer-friendly environment, quick and efficient service guarantee. Quality One does sailing to Kingston, Montego Bay, and the entire Caribbean. Shipment includes barrels, boxes, crates, motor vehicle, motorcycle, household appliances, furniture, anything you want to ship. Quality One International Shipping Express Corp can ship it. Quality One is located at 3913 Dyer Avenue in the Bronx. That's 3913 Dyer Avenue, Bronx, New York. Or you can find them at 941A Utica Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Telephone number for the Bronx location is 718-231-1909. Or give them a call in Brooklyn. Number is 718-484-0917. So if you're looking for a safe and a dependable way to send your valuables to the Caribbean islands, check out Quality One International Shipping Express Corp.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's here. Have you ever experienced a bad workmanship? Someone who work at your house and you're not satisfied, but you can't find good help? Well, look no further. Quicklink Construction is a licensed general construction company that's fully insured for the 5 boroughs and Westchester. A one-stop construction company that will cater to your needs. Experience is what counts in this business, and we have the experience for more than 35 years. So if you need a paint job, call us. If the roof is talking to you, call us. If your garage won't open, call us. If you need a new paint job, call us. If you try to do the work yourself and your wife won't talk to you, call us. 914-665-0106. Quicklink Construction. No job too big, no job too small. Just call us. 914-665-0106. 914-665-0106. We have the experience. Quicklink Construction.
And I know.
New York, I introduce the best ice cream factory located in Mount Vernon, 408 East Sanford Boulevard. Call and place your order at 914-699-1349. We also do delivery from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. We have the most Jamaican flavors: grape nut, pistachio grape nut, rum and razor, Jamaican rum and razor, sour milk ice cream, sugar-free ice cream, stout ice cream cake, peach grape nut, and more. Also check out Papa Deli's right next door. When you talk about jerk chicken, jerk pork, roast fish, fried fish, and roast corn, contact me at 914-699-0145. Also check out our juice bar with our smoothies, boosters, mash, and therapy juices. 408 East Sanford Boulevard. Ice cream, jerk chicken, roast fish and corn, and over them we gone.
CBG
Jerk Center, 150 West 3rd Street, Mount Vernon, New York. Catering for all occasions. Call and place your order at 914-863-0188 or 646-294-3939 or 917-870-4088. Check out our menu. We have curry goat, curry chicken, fried chicken, brown stew chicken, jerk and stew pork, stew peas, oxtail, brown stew fish, $12 and upwards. Goes by order. Steamed fish, $12 and upwards. Also goes by order. Steamed vegetables. All meals come with white rice or rice and peas with vegetable. Check out the soup menu. We have chicken soup, red pea soup, seafood soup, goat head soup at CB Jerk Center, 150 West 3rd Street, Mount Vernon, New York. Catering for all occasions. Big up the top chef Conroy and his wife. Big up the two grill masters, Courtney and Ron. So remember to check out CB Jerk Center, 150 West 3rd Street, Mount Vernon, New York. Catering for all occasions.
Pass me a flask, let me tell the things them. People never know the rum talk and me a sing them. Ali Brand the rum boss I represent. Remember Dilsham, Butchers Wine and Spirit Inc. Of all of the alcoholic beverages you need. From a pink to a anchor, Moscato, Merlot, Hennessy, Douce, Tiger Bone, Ginseng, Rare Nephew Rum, Appleton, Myers Rum, Stone Ginger Wine, Red Label, Taylor Port, Fairbanks, Mount Gay, Sangster, Rum Bar, Jamaica Brandy, Syrah, Grey Goose, Jack Daniels, Johnny Walker and more. You're drinking or joking, open hours. Monday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Friday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday. Address 104 South 4th Avenue, Mount Vernon, New York, 10550. It makes sense to save you dollars. Contact 914-699-7267. Email us at DutchessWineXpert@gmail.com. I must be 21 and over to drink. 40 minimum delivery. Drinkers responsibly.
The Consulate General of Jamaica, New York, wishes to share an important public advisory regarding new travel requirements for Jamaica. Effective Thursday, March 4, 2021, all persons entering Jamaica, both Jamaicans and non-Jamaicans, will be required to present a negative COVID-19 test. This negative COVID-19 test must be conducted within 72 hours prior to the date of travel at check-in for your flight. In addition to this pre-testing requirement, business travelers may be released from 14-day quarantine upon the presentation of a negative COVID-19 test to the Ministry of Health and Wellness. This must be conducted after arrival in Jamaica and at your own expense. For the period of March 8 to March 22, no funeral services, burials, or funeral processions will be permitted. No social events, handing overs, launches, groundbreaking, opening ceremonies, or any other similar event are to be held or facilitated by any public body until March 22, 2021. Persons 60 years and older are being asked to stay at home and quarantine until March 22, 2021. We remind all Jamaicans and non-Jamaicans to remain safe, to social distance, and to adhere to all COVID-19 safety-related protocols as we remain committed to overcoming this pandemic together.
Oh, plead my cause, oh Jah. I don't know what Julex I represent for Linkage Radio, 104.5 FM. I deaf them.
Wednesday, 8 p.m. on Linkage Radio. It can't miss me. With no other than Quarter Sample, dropping songs from me yesterday and yesteryear. I wanted to journey into Rewind Wednesdays to relive the era of the greatest in dancehall, reggae, hip-hop, R&B, soca, and more. Rewind Wednesdays on Linkage Radio every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Turn your radio dials to 101.7/104.5 FM and check us out at linkageradio.com and follow us on IG at Linkage Radio.
Down to the #1 one radio station. Number one radio station.
They play the best music.
Number one. The best music. For your listening pleasure. Number one radio station.
They play the best music.
Number one. The best music. For your listening pleasure.
Linkage Radio, come to rule. And we have the angle, the tackle, and we have the tool. Yeah, man, Sanchez, keep it locked. Linkage.
There are radio stations within the air, but to this, none can compare. Trying to figure what to think, because now with us, you're fully linked. Stay linked to Linkage Radio, your home for entertainment.
This station rules the nation.
Pinky Lou, me pants them not tight up on me like I use. Pinky Lou, me pants them not tight up on me like I use. Cause, you know the other day my wife used to go to Citywide Laundromat and she changed and go to one of them bigger laundromat. But now she gone back at Citywide Laundromat, located at 277 East 3rd Street in Mount Vernon. I mean, I tell the people, me pants them start fit, yeah! You want now? Pinky Lou? Pinky Lou, my pants them not tight up on me like a you. Yes, my pants them start to fit, them start to have shape, my clothes them start look good. Since she started go back to Citywide Laundromat, located at 277 East 3rd Street in Mount Vernon. And you can call them right now. Their telephone number is 914-663-1738. 1738. Yeah.
Quicklink Home Repair is available for all your home repair needs. We specialize in sheetrocking, roofing, tiling, plumbing, and even building new homes. We are fully licensed and fully insured for Westchester and all of New York State. We also have licensed electricians and plumbers. Do you own land? We offer financing services to build your new home. Before you call anyone else, stop and think and give us a call at Quicklink.
Their telephone number is 914-338-6417. 914-338-6417. Give them a call. 914-338-6417.
So now you know, for a construction company, you don't have to think. With Quicklink Construction, you're fully linked.
Hello, Kevin. You ever hear about Index Universal Life?
No, what that?
Well, we all know saving for a rainy day is good, but if you really want to get the most out of your saving, here's an account called IUL, Index Universal Life.
So, how this work? Or we can get such an account?
An Index Universal Life account is offered by insurance companies and will give you more benefits than any other place where you can save.
Yeah man, okay, sounds good. But how it work?
By saving $1 a month monthly in the Index Universal Life account, you can get excellent growth on your money, safety of your funds, tax advantages when you're ready to withdraw, and with every Index Universal Life account, you will have life insurance that pays out money for qualified illnesses as well as death benefits to your family in case of death.
Yo, that's a lot of information. And I wasn't writing.
No worries, man. For more information or to start an Index Universal Life account, call 718-772-7679 and ask for Ione. Remember, call Ione at 718-772-7679 and ask about the Index Universal Life account.
Okay, got it. Call 718-772-7679.
Yeah, man. Call Ione 718-772-7679. Ask about the Index Universal Life account.
Are you looking for a way to ship your valuables to Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean islands? Well, guess what? It's all about Quality One International Shipping Express Corp. They provide a one-stop, hassle-free, customer-friendly environment, quick and efficient service guarantee. Quality One does sailing to Kingston, Montego Bay, and the entire Caribbean. Shipment includes barrels, boxes, crates, motor vehicle, motorcycle, household appliances, furniture, anything you want to ship. Quality One International Shipping Express Corp can ship it. Quality One is located at 3913 Dyer Avenue in the Bronx. That's 3913 Dyer Avenue, Bronx, New York. Or you can find them at 941A Utica Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Telephone number for the Bronx location is 718-231-1909. Or give them a call in Brooklyn. Number is 718-484-0917. So if you're looking for a safe and a dependable way to send your valuables to the Caribbean islands, check out Quality One International Shipping Express Corp.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's here. Have you ever experienced a bad workmanship? Someone who work at your house and you're not satisfied, but you can't find good help? Well, look no further. Quicklin Construction is a licensed general construction company that's fully insured for the 5 boroughs and the Westchester. A one-stop construction company that will cater to your needs. Experience is what counts in this business, and we have the
I want to say good evening, good evening, good evening. Hello, everybody. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. Welcome to the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. go again. Good afternoon to everyone tuning in to the show. This day is given to us, and we're going to make joyful sounds, don't you think? Hello, everybody. 26 minutes after 5 o'clock. If you're just joining me, welcome to the show, the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. On Inside the Zone, the community platform where information is guaranteed. With yours truly, Lady D, Denise Gomez. I'm your host, producer, and presenter. Thank you for joining me. The show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings, Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Noreen Avenue in the Bronx. If you're hustling and bustling out there in the busy New York City and across the United States and the world, stay with me. I will be here with you until 7 o'clock. Don't forget my hashtag this afternoon, ITZ, the Monday Drive, hashtag host Lady D, hashtag ITZ Radio, hashtag ITZ Community Live. We do have a lot planned for you this afternoon. Reminding you in this afternoon's feature of the Monday Drive, the Monday Beat, Voices, Music Zone at Jamaica King, and keeping you in the know. A very special good afternoon to CaribbeanVibesRadio.com and of course SignRadio.net. 27 minutes after 5 o'clock. Our telephone number is 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. My International Women's Month feature continues here on the show. In Voices this afternoon, Joan Stevens has turned her HIV diagnosis into hope-inspired vision by becoming an advocate for persons living with HIV and AIDS. She candidly shares finding out her positive diagnosis, hitting rock bottom with her health as she knocked on death's door, but most of all, the passion and excitement she possesses for life and how she lives each day out loud is something you're gonna hear this afternoon. And in the Jamaica Ting, 5 things you don't know about Jamaican rice and peas. I'm gonna introduce you to those 5 things this afternoon, and here's some real food for thought. What would Jamaican life be without rice and peas? You tell me. This afternoon, Community Life, we take on a whole lot of stuff because gunmen versus community and the police. How do you feel when the gunmen are cornered into space and they cry like babies? Can you figure that out? We're going to be talking. Chris will be joining me at 6 o'clock. Let's get the show. Let's get the show on the road today. And so I welcome everyone to our feature this afternoon of the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. So much to do, so little time. 5:30 p.m. I do have one selection for you that I am going to play today because I have to, I need to, I should, I must. What do you think about that? So hello. And I do have my studio engineer all the way over in another state who is ensuring that everything is on the up and up with me this afternoon. 5:30 p.m., 914-600-4228. Hello to you, and you, wherever you are tuning in to the show.
Send me up. When you send me up. Boss in a God. When you send me up. Boss in a God. Oh, boss giver of salvation. You're the giver of light. You are the truth, the resurrection, and the life. So when you see me, me a boasting of the Lord, boasting of the Lord, to the boasting of the Lord, boasting of the Lord. God alone, I'm a shield, I'm a king. Me a boast about him. Me a boasting of the Lord, boasting of the Lord, to the boasting of the Lord, boasting of the Lord. God alone, I'm a source, everything. Me a boast about him. Yeah, me a boasting of God, but not about material things. Cause everything on earth will fade away. I sing and keep my hallelujah and my praise rising to He who is everlasting. Yeah, me a boasting of God. Yeah, I'm proud with it. Nah, keep no secret, stand up in a crowd with it. All the glory, all the honor, yeah, Him get it. All the blessing them in my life, yeah, Him set it. The reason I'm a winner is cause the Savior's by my side. I thank God I am forgiven. I've been saved and sanctified through the tests and through the trials. All the times I could have died, I will brag, I will show off because of you, God. So when you see me, me a boasting of the Lord, boasting of the Lord, the boasting of the Lord, boasting of the Lord. God alone, I'm a shield, I'm a king. Me a boast about him. Me a boasting of the Lord, boasting of the Lord, the boasting of the Lord, boasting of the Lord. God alone, I'm a source, everything. Me a boast about him. So when you see me, me a boasting of God. Protect me from my enemy. Boasting of God. God alone, I carry me. Boasting of God, boasting of God, boasting of God. So when you see me, boasting of God. Protect me from my enemy. Boasting of God. God alone, I carry me. Boasting of God, boasting of God. So when you see me, boasting of the Lord, boasting of the Lord, the boasting of the Lord, boasting of the Lord. God alone, I'm a shield, I'm a king. I'm a boast about him. Me a boasting of the Lord, boasting of the Lord, do the boasting of the Lord, boasting of the Lord. God alone, I'm a everything's on me a boast about him. Yeah, I'm a bossy.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about on a Monday afternoon. The boast in our God. Yes, it's my International Women's Month, and the feature continues right throughout the month of March. I hope that my listening and viewing audience, they are inspired this afternoon, because we need to really get our minds focused. Have you ever just gone off track and then you have to something snap you back into position and you're like, this is really where I need to be. What was I doing over there? So, kind of thing. Hello, my name is Denise Lady D. Gomez, and I'd like to say hello to my viewers on the YouTube channel. Good afternoon to you, and you. Hey, Pat, how you been? Nice to see you. And those of you who are tuning in on CaribbeanVibesRadio.com, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Each and every Monday afternoon, I bring you voices, the intellectual voice that has everyone talking. And this afternoon, I feature Joan Stevens in the previous interview out of Jamaica. And man, she has a story to share. 5:35 p.m. and I'd like to take you to that interview right now. Reminding you, the show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Are you all seeing me on YouTube or wherever? You see, I will accessorize up and thing. It's Monday. You have to get in the mood, feel like, so that it can take you right throughout the week. Ha, ha, ha. We don't like Mondays, do we? Monday must be saying, look at them. Just watch them now. Watch them play hating on me. But we gotta work, right? We have to go to work. So hello, welcome to Voices this afternoon. My name is Denise. What is your name?
Ability and positivity. No matter what we undergo, we all can embrace the journey. Tap into the tools to push through and overcome, and find the beauty in the ashes. This is Odyssey with Yendi, Beauty in the Ashes.
Miss Joan, Miss Vivacious and spunky and full of life and energy. I mean, I've been in your company for what now, 10 minutes? Yeah. And I can tell, so you're full of excitement. Tell me what your experience was leading up to making Miss Joan this spunky and vivacious lady. How come you're so full of energy?
That's God gift, you know.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when things happen, you don't even realize.
Yeah.
But I think that's just God's gift, and I just look at life differently. You know, people see things, I see it different.
Yeah.
Because they look around you, nature, yeah, mankind have the wisdom, but God give us that knowledge. So, you know, yeah.
Yes, Miss Joan.
That's so I just know that no care what is it that you may going through. Because I always use plants.
Yeah.
You know, you nurture it so it grows till it come to perfection. Same thing goes with life.
Yes.
You have to nurture you in order to come to perfection. So, in ways that you make a mistake or do something that is not wrong, look into yourself and correct what you do and move on again.
Move on again.
Because you always have chances and you have choice. So you choose.
I feel like we can end right here. You are a mom.
Yeah.
You are a mom of 7 wonderful children.
Yes, I am.
I feel like I need to call you mommy instead of auntie or auntie instead of miss, because you have lived a full life. Tell me what motherhood was like for you.
Motherhood. I started very early. I have my first child when I was 15.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know that you have to have sex to have kids.
Really?
Because, you know, growing up, your mother never want to tell you what it is like. Because they don't want you to put in that thing, right? So they always tell me that baby dropped from sky.
Really?
Right, because I was thinking I didn't know you have to have sex to have babies. But anyway, got the first one. I don't know, still up with the second, and then up with the third, and the fourth, and the fifth, and the sixth, and the seventh. So it's 4 girls, 3 boys.
Yeah.
Ages, but my last child, the second to last one, they're 6 years apart, but the first set was 2 years. One
Between
was
each of them?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But one was 1 year after because I missed the family planning and I got pregnant on that one. But although I start early, I don't regret having any of my kids.
Yeah, tell me.
And I give God thanks that I have them because they're still there with me.
Yeah.
You know, and it's nice, you know, in everything you have ups, downs.
Yes.
But do not let your downs keep you down.
Oh,
You know, you use it as a motivator to say, all right, this was in my way and I stumbled over it. Do I remove it and find a different way, or do I just keep on stumbling?
Yeah.
So it's up to you,
Yeah.
you know, how you really want to view your life. And I always said I want a nice house, a car. I can't drive in it, but still going to learn on that part.
Somebody can drive, you know, the car,
Yeah,
Miss Joan.
exactly. Can you get the chauffeur driven, and that's more relaxing.
All right, see it there?
So I always want to have a big home. Not that big, but I just like your little settings here. This is me.
Yes.
I love nature.
Yes, me too.
It's very beautiful.
It's when you born, Miss Joan?
I was born the 12th of November.
See it there now?
So I'm a Scorpio.
Okay.
But I love nature.
Yeah.
You know, I just see plants as life.
Yes.
Because every plant have different season for it to
Yes.
bloom. It can remain green and it does look down, but the green can be bright.
Yes.
You know, it's just like when the rain falls in the river, you doesn't see the beauty of it, but you see it when it falls on the leaves because it's always shining. So I always love that nature itself. Nature is beautiful.
Yes, Miss Joan.
It is.
When did you meet and marry your husband?
Well, I met my husband when I have my 6th child.
Yeah.
You know, young, vibrant, because you're still young, you know. You might up in a year, but you still have that
See
youth
the know.
in you.
See the know.
So we met, and my sister did used to warn me about him, but I didn't see it. Because sometimes people see things that you don't see.
What did she warn you about?
You know, because men and a will always have more than one girl, and them are galleys.
Okay.
But you're not seeing that part.
Right.
You're seeing the person for who you see them as.
Right.
But they say love is blind, and it's really blind because it blocks you from a lot of things
Right.
until something really hit you. But yeah, we met and we were there, and everything seems nice.
Yeah.
So I got married when my son was about 4.
Right.
Because he was my ring bearer. You know, a little champion.
Yeah.
Right. So still never see nothing. So everything was nice for me then.
Yeah.
So you're still in the process.
Yeah.
The process of you plant and you have to wait till it comes to perfection. So you're in the relationship, you go in, so you have to wait to see things start revealed.
And what was revealed?
Well, I have my son with him. And afterwards, I found out that he was cheating,
Right.
which every man does, because there's no perfect relationship.
Right.
And sometimes it's not because of the cheating that really causes you as a woman to feel down and depressed. It's a manner in which it is done. Because you can't stop them. Don't care how good you are. You will never stop that. But it's a disrespect that comes along with it that causes you to have that barrier.
Okay.
You understand? And that's the part of it that I never really like. Because even although when I found out about he was cheating, I almost friended the young lady too. Because guess what? We are all going through the same thing. No? So if it's not you, it's somebody else, and it's not somebody else, and it's a cycle, keep going.
Right.
But during the process of we being together, you know, I try to be a wife, because they said through sickness and health, till death do us part.
Yeah.
So I play along that line.
Right.
Try and not play, do what I'm supposed to do.
Fulfill your
Right.
role.
But here
what
I
you
am
see
at
as your role.
home, being the mother and the wife, and sometimes he's not there.
Right.
So what sense?
That make.
Yeah, it doesn't make no sense.
Where was he? What was he up to?
That's it. And you know, you're gonna get people gonna come and tell you things, but it's not everything you're going to hear, you're going to grab onto. You have to find out for yourself.
Right.
So I didn't just quickly grab what I hear.
Right.
I start to do my own detective work. And
And when
found
you-
out
what did you
myself.
find out?
So I found out that he had another relationship.
Yeah.
And it was a really ongoing thing. This minute he would come in and stalk up nights and say, no, not now, go on. And then I start taking pictures. So you have to find proof. So what is this then? But you realize each time that you say things, you're going to create an atmosphere that is very toxic.
Right. And it's tense and there's no harmony.
There's no harmony there.
Right.
So sometimes I try to just push things aside.
For the peaceful life.
Peaceful life.
For whose peace though? For his
mine.
peace?
I think
Because your peace?
My peace is not there. So
Exactly.
mostly for him then.
Right.
So in you're smiling at the outside, but inside it's not. It's bitter. So
And
that
then
was
if
it.
that was not enough of a blow, that boy, him a do road hard, then here comes another blow.
Right. So the another blow that comes along now, well, we're living together and I wasn't working. So I need something to do.
Right.
You know, I want to be my own woman, to turn my own key.
Yeah.
Not even my own key, but be responsible. I can say, all right, I need this to be done and that to be done, instead of to wait and depend on you to do it for me.
Right.
So there was this hotel program where you could go away.
Yeah.
So here's the opportunity for me. So I went and applied to go away in a Canadian program.
Yeah.
No, 12 of us applied. Out of the 12, I realized, you know, my friend is packing for leave and here is Joan not moving. So I went in and I asked, you know, how is it that everybody else get called and I wasn't?
Yeah.
And they was like, oh, you didn't get the message. I said, which message? So she handed me a letter. She said, you have to go back and do back over your medical. I did the medical 3 times and this is going to be the 4th time. Why am I keep repeating one thing over and over?
Yeah.
So the 4th one, this is it. You're not going to be able to go. Why? No one gave me an explanation why. They just gave me a letter.
Yeah.
And they sent me to the Ministry of Health. But I only know the Ministry of Health down bottom of King Street.
Right.
So I went there.
Right.
So when I went there with the letter, no, I have this letter in my hand with my name on it, you know, but said it wasn't for me to open. So I didn't open it. I go to the front desk, to the receptionist. I get a letter to take to the Ministry of Health. I do not know if I'm in the right place. So she sent me to somebody else. So when she sent me to the lady, I still tell her the same thing. I do not know why I'm here.
Right.
So I got this letter. The lady took the letter, she pulled it, and she read it. So when she read it, she looked at me like this.
Up and down.
You know, the up and down look. So I kind of pulled back a little. I said, is something wrong? And she said, you're at the wrong place.
Just so.
Just like that. And then she got a little glue and she sealed it back and she handed it back to me. And she said to me, I know you're safe for coming in a comprehensive clinic. Now, when she told me that, you know, the first thing I thought that I had cancer. I'm going to be frank with you.
Right.
Because I realized when I used to have intercourse, I used to bleed.
Okay.
So I figure more or less, oh God, I wonder if I cancer I have.
Yeah, it's like a
So
cervical
that,
cancer or
yeah,
something.
so you know,
Yeah.
so she handed it back to me. But what she did, she said, when I go there, I must ask for Nurse Aris. And I went to comprehensive, asked for Nurse Harris, and I was sent to room 114. That's where I never forgot. Never leave out of my head. So when I knocked on the door, Nurse Harris said, enter. The nurse said, enter. Didn't know it was she. I said, this Nurse Harris? She said, yes. I said, I was given this letter to give to you. And she said to me when she took the letter, you know why you're here? I said, no. She said, have a seat. So I sat. So when I sat now and she read, she just take her time and slide over back the paper to me. When I read it coming from the top, you either have the HIV positive slant like this in red. This is what I did. I just looked down and I said, well, anyway, something I have to take out of this world. If it's not one thing, it's another.
That was your immediate reaction?
That was my immediate reaction.
So you just found out you are HIV positive, and your immediate reaction is that?
Something has to take us out of this world. It's not one thing, it's another. That was my immediate reaction.
Yeah.
And the nurse got up and she embraced me because she says, woman, you're strong.
But then me say, that me there, I think.
Because she said everybody else fear on themselves and, you know, when they hear this news.
They think it's a life sentence, don't they?
I think because at that time reality didn't hit.
Right.
So there's a difference. You know, reality didn't hit. You get the news, not the news that you want to hear, but the reality didn't embark on you.
Yes.
So go through all the process, you know. Taking my nether place, I test the bloods and do everything. But when the day finished, that I had to leave the clinic and I was about to enter the door, that is when reality hit me.
And what happened?
I said,
then?
Jesus, have mercy. What was just experience? And then I started to cry. So I walked from comprehensive all the way back to downtown with tears running down my cheek. And I keep crying. And I said, Lord God, why me? Why me? Why me? But within me, I'm not speaking out. Right? And this gentleman saw me and said, sweetie pie, what's wrong with you? I said, something, you know I'm to your worst enemy. And that's all me keep saying. And I went home. I cried all the way home. I went home and my mom was there. So when I went home, we just had a little part to the side. So it's a little where we had the settee. So I sat on it and I cock up my foot like this. And the tears just, Mr. Baller, no, you know, man, because I want to be nuts and I cry. So same time, my mom say, what happened? I said, Mommy, something, you know, to your worst enemy. That's all I said. That's the same thing I tell the man before. And my mom started to sing, One Day at a Time, Sweet Jesus. That's the song she started to sing. And, you know, she keeps singing it. If she cried, I don't know. To be honest with you, if my mom would even have the slight of saying, boy, me no want her around me, that never sure. She said, well, my love, one of those things. And she just keeps singing the same time. So I use that as my theme song. One day at a time, sweet Jesus. That's all and I keep asking him for that. One day, just give me one day. But you ask for the one day, but you're still in a fear. You're still afraid. Because when you come here, you know, normally you come here, you have little loose finance. You say, you know, this no, me dead no. But you know, it was really going on like that before. But when things happen to you, you start to see things differently. You don't see it was the same thing. So started to cry there, constantly crying. I cry morning, noon, and I cry night.
It's like you're going through the stages of grief, right? Yeah.
So here I am, and then again I remember today I had to bring my son and I must bring my husband.
Because everybody now needs to get tested.
Right.
I was actually just going to ask you, did your husband know his status?
I don't know. That is what I'm going to find out now. So when they say bring the husband and the child, I'm going to tell you the truth. That night I went on my knees and I said, God, I'm asking you to do me a favor. My son doesn't reach nowhere in life yet. And I'm asking you, please, do not let him get tested. He's positive. The man, we don't know nothing much about him. Because in the type of lifestyle where he was living, but still I wouldn't want it to happen to him. But if so be the case, and God, the next thing me I beg you, I open on me. Because remember, I married to this man with kids before. So if it's me, forgive me. I asked for my forgiveness that night. So when I went with my son and him, they took him, they do the test. You know, you have to go back for results. There's good news and there's bad news. I said, can I get the good news first? Please, 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 please. And they said, your son is okay. I said, thank you, Jesus. And would you believe, he spent more time with the nurse than me that day. So when he came out, I said, how this happened? Well, I mean, I know. But when we go home, we'll talk. I said, do we have something to talk about? Because me so mad now, man. I kill me, want kill that. Me tell the man the truth.
Yeah, man.
And I may say, but then again, no, we can't kill him because I can't mean
I
to.
wish I could have shared some
Because
more
it's
with
not like I
you,
was a
but this
virgin, I have
is
kids before. So
Joan
God take away that
Stevens.
from me,
She
but let
is
us do things
Jamaican,
rationally. So
residing
anyway,
in Jamaica,
when with all of that,
and
we
she has turned
my
her
child was
HIV
start to
diagnosis
attend
into Hope
primary a basic
Inspire
school.
Vision. That's
And when you
how
start to
she
attend the basic
sees
school,
HIV.
I know who you know,
H
who
for
know you.
Hope,
So
I
somebody
for
went in and tell
Inspire,
the teacher that
and
son
V for
parents have
Vision
that.
by becoming an advocate
they
of
called me.
persons living with
So when they called me, they said,
HIV and
apparently
AIDS.
your son can no longer
And
attend
you've
the school.
heard
And
her
I said, why?
story, how she found
And
out
she said,
there's
because of what
something
he hear.
about
I said, how many kids do you have
the lack
surrounding?
of
And she
training
says, like
in
the person
customer
give me number
service,
20.
how
Well,
people,
I said,
especially
treat
in
everyone as if it
these
was an
very
epidemic. You know
sensitive
about my one, you know
and
about for them one?
delicate
Well, let me tell you something.
areas
You know,
of, you know,
you understand
operations
where I come
in
from?
in
So if you put on
countries
gloves,
and
I
in
put gloves, I
particular
put on, put
Jamaica.
it on.
Because can you
But we
imagine
staying
you
here,
go with nobody tells you anything. They just say to you, well, this is not where you need to come based on the letter that you just handed to me. You need to go down and, you know, say something to the individuals so they know the reason why they're the holder of a letter. Explain what the content of the letter is and why you need to go do a follow up. They just left the woman in the dark, and so she found out when she went down to the clinic that she's HIV positive. But she's very spunky. She is taking care of herself, and, you know, as she mentioned, her son didn't contract it. But she said that one of the reasons, because her son has been tested over and over and over, but she feels that it's because she did not breastfeed him. She didn't feed him when she had him. And so even if he had picked up, you know, a bit of it, it just dissipated pretty much. And so just wanted to share that with you in our International Women's Month feature here in the Voices. And good afternoon to you, wherever you are. Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7, signradio.net, and of course, CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. My name is Lady D, Denise Gomez, and you're tuned in to the show, The Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. I'd like to say hi to all my seniors, those of you who are just young at heart and you don't feel as though you're aging. Well, I'd like to say bravo to you, right? You feel young and you're vibrant and you're doing what you're doing. So I want to say hi to Pat and to Gloria, to Hortense, also to Eddie, to Yam Lady. My Yam Lady, how are you? To Daisy, whose voice I heard recently. Also to Vernon. And I haven't spoken to Donald in like moons over so. I hope he's fine. I haven't heard Donald's voice in a very long time, but I'm hoping he's well. I haven't heard anything untoward, so I trust he's fine. Also saying hello to those of you who are tuned in over there on 89.9 in the Bronx. Hello. And we are 5 minutes away from keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts. There was a delayed start to the program this afternoon, so there are quite a few of my features that I'm not able to present this afternoon. But, you know, when you're doing accounting, they teach you about brought forward or carry forward, which I'm going to do for next week. So don't worry. They'll come back. But I want to say hi. And to all the women who are doing exceptionally well, you're caring for your family, you're a homemaker. Did you know that that's a mammoth task? People think that stay-home mothers just stay home and, you know, prepare breakfast and ensure children are taken care of. It's a round-the-clock job, so I'd like to pave a very diligent form of respect this afternoon to homemakers who are taking care of their families, because we sometimes overlook you. We go into, you know, the professional sphere of things, and we're talking about the lawyers and the doctors and the teachers and so on. But the mothers who are home caring for their families, you are critical to the development of the minds of your children and how you structure your home and the example that you set in your home. You're a praying woman, you're a woman of faith, you are a woman who, even when you don't have what to drop in the pot, somehow you say a word or somebody drops off something. They'd still do that, though. People just pass by, like when I was growing up, people would just pass by, kind of thing, you know. But anyway, want to just say hello to all the stay-home moms. And if you're working hard for your family because you want them to achieve something, and to the husbands who are in support of their woman in this recognition of, you know, International Women's Month, please remember it's a day-to-day recognition. You know, it's not just because the month is here, but that you are doing your due diligence to your mate, ensuring that you're respectful to her. You know, you have some disrespectful men out there. They're disrespectful, man, and they just feel that, you know, they just big and bad and blah, blah. And it doesn't work like that. 3 minutes to the hour of 6 o'clock. Can I get a music in before Mr. Wilby calls in for the Keeping You in the Know? Man, we're going to have news and some interesting headlines there that we'll just formulate into our community life discussion this afternoon. People out there just crazy. Sheer crazy. Again, our telephone number is 914-600-4228. Don't forget to call in to the program and share your comments once we present our headlines to you this afternoon.
Situation.
I know I should leave you alone, but you keep on picking up the phone. You know damn well this might hurt in the end. Sorry, 'cause I made a fool of you and also of me. Forgive me, I must admit I already knew you had your lady. I was curious, wondering what one night of your love would feel like. But I already knew you would have lost the game and I would take all the blow. I should leave you alone, but you keep on picking up the phone. You know damn well this might hurt in the end. I know I should leave you alone, but you keep on picking up the phone. You know damn well this might hurt in the end. You never know you would have buck up on a girl like this, and you never thought you would have meet a girl so thick. Had it all on the low, I was your side chick, and then you gave me your heart, and that was when it slipped from me. It wasn't fully broken, but it had some scars and some chips. I'm sorry, but from the very start, I think you knew that I would break your heart. I know I should leave you alone, but you keep on picking up the phone. You know damn well this might hurt in the end. I know I should leave you alone, but you keep on picking up the phone. You know damn well this might hurt in the end.
When I teach you that come true, no put nothing in a me eyes and still Cupid a shoot aim for me and you. Cupid, you're moving kinda stupid, try your best and don't point your arrow at my heart. Don't do me that, I wouldn't do you that. Come in, must can sit down with the empress, someone love reasoning full stop. Anyway, it's best I leave you alone than be mixed up in a rural.
I know I should leave you alone. keep on picking up the phone. You know damn well this might hurt in the end.
Let me say a very special good afternoon to Chris Wilby on the line, my co-host and good friend of mine, here for the segment.
Good afternoon, my lady.
My telling you, my gentleman, what's doing?
My lady with a D.
Aye. And my gentleman with a C. Chris Wilby, how you been?
Be all right. Me hearty.
You're hearty. Wonderful. Anybody pass by and drop off anything to Mama and she drop it in the pot?
I tell you.
I don't know. Why are you laughing, Chris Wilby? What you laughing? Why you laughing?
Because you always want to go down memory lane and I'll bring up the old times in things.
I guess me old. I am
next thing you start asking me for Mass Charles. No, Mass Charlie.
Mass Charlie. Or Mass Ruby.
Yes.
It's something. But it's a good day, and we are here to bring so much to our listening and viewing audience. So again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Keeping You in the Know with news, happenings, and facts. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez, and of course online with me is the esteemed gentleman himself, Chris Wilby of Caribbean Vibes Radio. And it is Monday, March 15. It's not your birthday, is it, Chris?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I only have one birthday for the year.
Oh, they didn't register you wrong. Okay. Some people born 2 times, not 3.
I know of a few people like that.
But no, you're not in that category. So we keep moving. Again,
unfortunately. I only get to celebrate my birthday once.
So let us acknowledge those of our YouTubers who are on. They're liking our color coordination as our backdrop. And thank you so much. They're doing a lot of work here in our radio station. So, we'll sooner or later be so pristine. Things are just going to be so fine. So hello, Pat, and Princess says she liked my color coordination today and all kind of stuff going on. So good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Keeping You in the Know with news, happenings, and facts, brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Narita Avenue in the Bronx. News. We present them as they appear in our headlines this afternoon. And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, once we present the headlines for you this afternoon, then it's a go. You'll be able to call us at 914-600-4228. That is 914-600-4228. And let's have a conversation. Starting off, as always, with Chris Wilby from Caribbean Vibes Radio.
Good afternoon again to you, Lady D. Good afternoon to all the listeners, and welcome once again. It's a beautiful day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I start this evening with a news article from out of the Jamaica Star. And we're probably going to have a discussion about it later on in the show. Courtroom Casanova in trouble again. A man who proposed to his girlfriend in court in January as he answered to charges of assaulting her, is now in lockup. On January 21, Andre Chanteloup proposed to Naisha Morrison moments after he was called to defend himself against the charges stemming from a December incident. The proposal had persons teary-eyed, while some stared in admiration and awe. After apologizing, Chanteloup vowed before the court that his actions would not be repeated. But on March 1st, the 36-year-old allegedly broke the vow, as Morrison said he choked her. And she said, all the whole I'm in neck scratch and thing. One of the time, me couldn't breathe. Me only I hear voices over my head that say, let her go, you go kill her. All that he did was just a show so people can have sympathy on him, because see him do the same thing again. The Kingston Central Police have confirmed that Chanteloup was arrested last week, but did not say what he has been charged with. Morrison said that after the proposal, she had a rethink and told Chanteloup to give her some time. Then me tell him straight up, I no longer want to do it. Just live his life and I will live mine. And him still a talk about him now give up, she said. I was serious, so me stop take him call and block him, because anytime him call, what him say is not relevant to me anymore. Morrison said that on the night in question, Chanteloup called their son, saying that he planned to drop off his monthly allowance. But it was taking a while, so me decided to go on the road to get the money, because the kids really needed some stuff. When me come back, me see him stand up outside my gate and wait for me. Then him go ask me where me I come from. So me tell him that's my personal business. Him start come up in my face, and by the time I turn around to walk off, him told him hold on for me and pull me. Then him grab my throat. Him create one piece of excitement about him carry money and me not there work. Him could just give my son the money and leave. Morrison and Chanteloup had been together for 14 years and have 2 children. I've been through a lot with him, and I don't wish to do it anymore, because all him do is put on a show, she said.
And out of Kingston, Jamaica, Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Desmond McKenzie has announced an adjustment to the current 2-week ban on burials. In a statement today, the minister said, and I quote, having met with funeral directors and related stakeholders last week, a number of proposals emerged from those conversations. Accordingly, approval has been given for the burial of cremation of bodies that are in advanced state of decomposition, the burial of cremation of bodies that are not in an advanced state of decomposition but have been recommended for immediate burial by the appropriate health authorities, and the burial of or cremation of indigent persons who die in state care. These measures took effect on Saturday, March 13. I want to make it clear that only the clergy will be allowed to administer the final rites for persons who are buried or cremated in these 3 circumstances. No family gathering will be allowed. The current order prohibiting burials remain in effect, unquote, McKenzie said. He also noted that approval has been given to allow families to obtain burial orders to facilitate preparation for burials once the ban is lifted. Quote, as an additional measure to ensure compliance with the ban on burials, I also want to make it very clear that the municipal corporations will not be issuing interment orders, without which no final disposal of a body can be done. This ban on burials came about because of the total disregard for the COVID-19 protocols at grave sites all over the country, and the connection between this behavior and the spike in cases and hospitalizations. The government will continue to do everything to bring these numbers down and save lives, unquote, he added. McKenzie indicated that the government is considering additional proposals made by the stakeholders in the funeral industry and commended them for their understanding, strong sense of partnership, and cooperation.
State Minister in the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Juliet Cuthbert Flynn, has tested positive for COVID-19. The State Minister made the disclosure on Twitter this morning, noting that her duties as Member of Parliament for St. Andrew West Rural have been hampered. She said, having COVID-19 and being a representative of the people has been a challenge. I'm unable to visit my projects happening now and have asked my councillors to assist at this time. Cuthbert Flynn urged the councillors and other parliamentarians to keep safe and encourage Jamaicans to try and continue to do our best to keep each other safe. She said, let's navigate these times with more understanding and empathy for all. She did not disclose when her first test result was confirmed, but said she received care at the Spanish Town Hospital and is doing well. She said to our HCW healthcare workers, you are our champion. Spanish Town Hospital staff, kudos to you all for the care I received. I observed your gentleness with the patient and left knowing they are in good hands, the State Minister tweeted.
The Ministry of Labour and Social Security today confirmed the death of 57-year-old farm worker Logan Grant of St. James, who died in Canada yesterday. According to the ministry, Grant was among a batch of workers who departed for Canada on March 5, 2021. Quote, as is required by the Government of Canada, Mr. Grant tested negative for COVID-19 prior to departing Jamaica, unquote, the ministry said in a statement. Quote, it is understood that Mr. Grant fell ill on Saturday and was taken to hospital by paramedics, where he died approximately 3 hours later. The cause of death is being investigated. There is no suspicion of foul play, unquote, it added. In the meantime, Labour Minister Carl Samuda and Permanent Secretary Colette Roberts Risden have extended their condolences to Grant's immediate family, close friends, and his employer. Risden also indicated that the ministry's social worker visited with the family this morning. Quote, the ministry stands ready to provide support to the family and will be working to have his body flown back to Jamaica, unquote, the statement noted. Since January, the ministry said over 2,000 farm workers have left the island for various farms in Canada and the United States. Quote, all workers are tested for COVID-19 and must return a negative result prior to being processed at the ministry's East Street facility and boarding their flight at the Norman Manley International Airport, unquote, the ministry said. Grant was in his 24th season as a farm worker.
The toughest singer, Leba Hibbert, is overjoyed that Got to Be Tough, the last studio album released by Toots and the Maytals, won the Grammy Award for the Best Reggae Album yesterday. The event was held virtually at Staples Center in Los Angeles. The band's leader was her father, Toots Hibbert, who died last September due to complications from COVID-19. She said, this is so bittersweet. He died and didn't get to accept the award himself. However, we are celebrating his win and we are grateful. Hibbert, who also provided backup duties for her father, told the Jamaica Observer shortly after the announcement. She went on to say, this signifies more recognition to my father's work and more fans. This is a great record, and the songs speak about the times that we are living in. I'd say his win is historical, she added. Another of Hibbert's children, gospel singer Genevieve Bailey, was elated. This is great news. Dad has worked very hard. It took him 10 years as he wanted his fans to really have a great experience through this album, and we, the family members, are elated that his hard work had paid off. We are happy, said Bailey.
Community members in a Brooklyn neighborhood gathered Sunday to denounce what they say has been a string of violence happening in the borough. Quote, "I'm feeling terrible. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling mad. I need answers. Me and my family need answers," Jamel Moore said. Moore and his family are seeking answers in the death of his father, Joseph Moore, who police say was found dead Tuesday morning on the corner of Linwood Street and Linden Boulevard. He was a man of love. That's all he did was love, unquote, Moore said. He and community advocates came together Sunday to denounce not only that incident, but a number of other violent incidents that happened recently across the borough. Quote, "We've got to stop this. We've got to put an end to this violence, this senseless violence in our community, because the only people we're hurting is ourselves," unquote. Community advocate Tony Herbert said. Violent incidents, including a shooting Saturday morning, where 5 people were shot and injured at a party in Williamsburg. On Wednesday morning, 3 men were seen in surveillance video attacking 2 departments of sanitation workers while they were working, according to NYPD. Police have yet to arrest a suspect in each incident. Community members are now asking for the public's help in identifying the people responsible. Quote, "Somebody saw something. Talk up. The family really deserves peace, and peace means at least the arrest," unquote. Brooklyn Councilmember Darma Diaz said. Anyone with information on the incidents is asked to call the police.
Officials, finally, I should say, officials located this December recording of Trump call in a trash folder on Georgia investigators' device. Officials in the Georgia Secretary of State's office located a recently released recording of former President Donald Trump's call to a state investigator in a trash folder on her device. A state official familiar with the situation confirmed to CNN. The discovery of the call comes after state officials originally told CNN that they did not think audio of the call existed. The call added to the examples of Trump's extraordinary efforts to push false claims and widespread voter fraud and influence Georgia election officials as they certified the state election result. The audio file of the December 23rd call between the former president and investigator Francis Watson was discovered as the Georgia Secretary of State's office responded to a public records request. The person familiar spoke with CNN on the condition of anonymity to describe the internal process. The Washington Post first reported the details of how the audio of the December phone call emerged. Watson declined comment to CNN through the Georgia Secretary of State's press secretary. CNN previously reported that in the December phone call to the Georgia Secretary of State's office, Trump urged their top investigator, Watson, to find fraud in the 2020 presidential election, telling her that she would be praised for overturning results in favor of President Joe Biden. Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Wilson had sent a round of letters to Georgia state officials in February, including the Georgia Secretary of State's office, asking them to preserve documents relevant to election interference. Willis is currently conducting a criminal investigation into Trump's attempts to overturn the 2020 election results in Georgia. The Secretary of State's office is also separately investigating Trump for his attempts to overturn the state's election results. Audio of an hour-long January 2 phone call in which Trump repeatedly pressured Republican Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger to find the exact number of votes needed to overturn Biden's victory surfaced soon after the call happened, but the December call only became public last week. Watson told CNN affiliate WSB-TV's investigative reporter Mark Wynn that she had recorded the December call from Trump for posterity. She said, "It's not every day. That probably will never happen again in my lifetime. it is still not clear why Watson moved the audio of the call to her trash folder. But Watson told Wynn that even though she was surprised that Trump called her, she did not perceive any pressure from him in the phone call. She said, "It is something that is not expected. As I mentioned in the call, I was shocked that he would take the time to do that." Trump, in the December call, had encouraged Watson to look to uncover quote-unquote dishonesty in her signature checks for absentee ballots in Fulton County, the most populous county in state and the one that hosts most of Atlanta. But if you go back 2 years, and if you can get to Fulton, you're going to find things that are going to be unbelievable, the former president said. The dishonesty that we have heard from, but Fulton is the motherlode, he went on to say. Later on in the phone call, Trump told Watson that he hoped we would win Georgia and that you have the most important job in the country right now.
This has been Keeping You in the Know with news happenings and facts, brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Have you stopped by recently? If you haven't, give them a call, 718-324-7484. And once you step into the store, say, "Hey, Lady D sent me," and they'll take such good care of you. They're on the corner of Wickham and Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Their jumbo shrimp is enough for you to say, my goodness, they stepped into it today. How about that? 718-324-7484. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have presented the headlines for you. What caught your interest the most? You can let us know. Give us a call, 914-600-4228. That is 914-600-4228. Chris, which headline stood out for you? Let's start the conversation.
Okay, so as I was about to read, and you heard me in the headline there talking about the courtroom Casanova.
Mm-hmm.
That is the one that kind of irked me a little bit, because I remember when it happened,
Yes.
I was very upset that this young man, while he was charged for abusing his girlfriend, he went to court and he manipulated the situation. He manipulated his girlfriend. He manipulated the court. And he got away with it, literally. It was a get out of jail card that he played. And he got everybody hook, line, and sinker. And I saw right through it from the beginning because I was very upset. And I was talking about it, and I said at the time that the judge should not have allowed that. She should have seen that it was a manipulative move that he was making. It was a calculated move that he was making. But everybody thought it was cute and
teary-eyed
and woman and oil and and they let him out. And it turned out, I'm happy that he did not kill her. But when these things happen, it is normally not the first, nor the second. When you see it reach a level where she called the police on him and take him to, and allow him to go to court. It is something that has been happening. And I knew then that it was a mistake for her to accept his proposal, and he just couldn't control himself. She went. One of the things I'm happy though is that she took the time when she went home. Apparently, she had some time to think about it, and she told him that, "Look, man, let's take a break and think about it." He was not having that, and so it ended up with him abusing her again. This time, because she was rejecting him. And that is the classic case of an abuser.
So now, again, we go back to the matter concerning a woman's state of mind when you are being beaten, right? Severely. Because in this article, what happened is that on March 1, he broke the vow and he choked her to the point where her neck is all scratched up and all of that. And she couldn't breathe. So if he had continued, if somebody hadn't come over and say, let her go, you're going to kill her, quite possibly he could have killed her. So here we go back to the point where they're living together, they have continuous disagreements, physical encounters with each other, and still they are there in the same space, still carrying on as though nothing happened. Because the man needs help and she needs help. They both need help. And if it means they need to get counseling, they get the counseling. Now, the article states that in this instance, they haven't disclosed what he is charged for, why they lock him up. But quite possibly it's the same thing. Because this incident they mentioned happened on March 1. So why is it that she would even be reconsidering to see if he's gonna, do better? A lot of times when they get into that state of mind, it transitions into them transitioning out, because the man at some point is going to kill you. And sometimes I'm sure it's not even, it's a simple thing that turns out to be a big thing in an argument. But again, this goes to show you, when he pulled the fast one that day in court, as you rightly say, the judge should have said, get up off your knee.
Exactly.
And slap him with something, right? Because he abused her, which is why she brought him there. What are your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen? Because there was a grand staging in court. Fine. They allowed him to go make, restitution.
He abused her and he abused the system. And the judge allowed it. He's a classic. I was livid. I tell you, when I saw it and when I read the article, and she made a comment, if I'm not mistaken, that it was the happiest day of her life when he went down on his knee and proposed to her.
Let's take a call. Good afternoon. How are you? Welcome to Keeping You in the Know here on Inside the Zone. Chris Wilby is my guest. How are you today?
Good evening, Lady D, and good evening, Chris.
Hey,
I'm okay. How about yourself?
We're good.
Okay. And I'm listening to the discussion, and I agree with both of you. And I have a little bit more to add. You see, both of them need help, as Lady D stated, but more so the abuser. And he used the system as a bait and switch to get out of being incarcerated. So he never had any intention of changing, because the abuser doesn't have that ability. He has to get some psychiatric help. Now, the question is, why is he abusing this woman? That is the million-dollar question. Why is he abusing her? Obviously, he has some issues, and that has to be addressed. There's an underlying problem, and that problem has to be addressed. And then number two, he could have killed her that night,
Of course.
And it seems as if his intention is to kill her, because if he gets his hands on her again, that's exactly what he's going to do. Because he feels as if he cannot have her, then nobody else should have her. You know? And that is very, very sad. But he needs some help. And he's not going to stop until he kills her. No matter where she goes. And we can see even, you know, in the U.S., wherein women who have been abused by their significant other, even though they get an order of protection for this individual to stay away from them, we see eventually they end up, you know, killing their victim. So
Yes.
To me, it's a cry out for help. So I hope while he's incarcerated, he will get some help. I don't know if they have that kind of help, you know, in Jamaica.
They do.
But he definitely, he definitely has to get some help. Something is definitely wrong with him. Okay?
Yes, Pat.
So
We
that's
thank
my
you.
take on that topic. And secondly, the second topic, if I have time, on our former president, the Orange Man. Boy, karma is a bad man, and time is catching up. So, you know, there's a saying, if you sow corn, you can't expect to reap wheat. Whatever you sow, that's what you're going to reap. And he sowed a lot of bad oats. So time is just catching up. So, you know, let us just continue to pray for our present president and his administration,
Yes.
because we see where, you know, they do want to work for the people. And we saw where Biden ran on helping to get the economy back on track and to help with the COVID vaccine. And we see, you know, it has been helping tremendously. So we just have to continue to pray for this president, our vice president, and the administration, that they will continue to work for the people, because that's what they ran on.
Thank you, Pat.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Pat.
All right.
We appreciate
You're
you.
welcome. Have a
Thank
good
you.
evening, guys.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have transitioned into community life, and we would like to welcome you to Keeping You in the Know with news, happenings, and facts. And now we're in community life this afternoon. And Chris, I do have the clip with the interview of that young man, Akeem, who had called into the Gleaner. And we will, of course, you know, for persons who are tuning in, if you would like to call and play, you know, let us hear your comments. I'm going to play this clip for you. Recently, there was an arrest of 5 alleged, you know, troublemakers who have been wreaking havoc up in Augustown. And, you know, there is a voice note that is out there in cyber world where a young man called in to the Jamaica Gleaner. And I'd like to share that with you, and then we can have a conversation.
Yes, the police, them ask me, them say, them are killing me, them not gonna stop.
The police won't stop till they kill you?
Yes.
Why would the police have an interest in you?
Family background.
Family background?
Yes.
So have you been in contact with any lawyers or any?
No, I did not. I didn't.
Where you are now, are you alone or you're in the company of others?
Yes. No, I'm alone.
Okay. But are you surrounded?
No, look.
Okay. Are you in the, well, I don't want to ask you where you are, but are you in the community of Augustown now as we speak?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Are you aware of what's happening inside the community?
I just hear some man dead and me and be people are scream and a ball and just not somebody call me and tell you say them are look secure. Everybody are calling me and tell you, every single body are calling me and tell you.
Oh, you were informed by residents that on the
Every single body are calling me and tell you.
Okay. Are you aware of the persons who were killed?
No, me not sure. Me know some man. Me not know. Me supposed to have a cousin. But then when me hear them take out and then go and kill him. Me hear my scream. Me not know which family. Me just me call and them saying dead.
All right. What do they refer to you as? What would you like to share your name with me? What's your name?
Akeem.
Pardon me?
Akeem.
Akeem?
Yes.
What's your surname?
I'm not even know my surname right now. I'm not even know what my last name.
Yeah, your last name. What's your last name?
Let's show you the Gleaner.
Yeah, man. Hey, how else would I have gotten your number?
Akeem Thomas.
Akeem Thomas.
Yes.
All right. So, Mr. Thomas, what could I facilitate for you right now? Would you like come to where you are?
Please. When you come on, you come out.
When I come to Auguston, you'll come out.
Yes. Come into Bedouin Garden, please.
All right. I am. All right. All right. Give me 5 minutes, and I'll call you back in 5 minutes.
Please don't tell the police if they reach before you make a dead.
I'm going to call you back in 5 minutes.
All right, Tom.
Yeah.
Now, this all stems from a headline that broke in Jamaica on March 10, where 5 persons were reportedly killed in a shootout with members of the security forces in August Town, St. Andrew. The shooting reportedly occurred in a section of August Town known as Bedwood Gardens, which residents say does not fall under the zone of special operations, the enhanced security measure currently imposed in the volatile community. It is being reported that a member of the joint police military team was injured. 5 illegal firearms were also reportedly seized. Okay. Now, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we can recall, based on reports that have come out of our country, there is a fear of the spike in murders in Jamaica. And also, people have alluded to the fact that residents cover these kinds of, people who are committing these level of murders, who are murdering people in communities across the island. So the communities cover, and the communities are built up, made up, right, of families, friends, church, right? Everybody together. But there are always people who know of people who are committing these kinds of things, murdering people across the nation. But what stood out to the both of us is that here is a young man on the phone sounding as scared out of his wits. And when the gentleman, the representative from the Gleaner, is prying him, trying to get information out of him, he's like, how you connected to all what's going on out there? And he's saying it's true family. So I'm saying they know you to be, a mischief maker in the community. Why are you so scared? Why are you in hiding? And what it told us is that no matter how they're wielding their weapons out there, and even when people are crying out for their lives, and they are still killing them on the spot, execution style in a lot of instances, when the role is in reverse, when they are cornered, when they back them up in a corner, they are like babies crying out for their lives. So
yeah,
this kind of shook everybody when they heard it, because yes, he's a human being, right? But if the role were in reverse, and I guarantee you he's mixed up, he's into stuff, he's involved.
You know, I guarantee you, if I was in Jamaica, no police would have my name on the most wanted list. No police would be coming into the area to look for me to say that I am mixed up in anything. Police only have your name on their list if you are mixed up and they keep getting reports of you. And if I am innocent and I hear that my name is being called up by the police, you know what I am going to do? The first thing I'm doing is going into the police station and go ask the police, what kind of thing that, how is my name on a list? I need it off immediately. Because I am not a criminal. I am not doing anything that you guys say that I'm doing.
Hello?
That's the first thing. Now, Lady D,
Hello?
I'm going to read for you.
Hold on,
article.
hold on 1 second. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hortense?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, don't say a word, just stay on the line. Mr. Wilby's gonna read something, so just hold on, okay?
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so this article is from Sunday, February 13th, 2005. And it says here, captured gangster wet his pants. The police yesterday captured the man who they say took over the leadership of Joel Andem's notorious Gideon Warriors gang and claimed that Kevin Richie Poo Tyndale wet his pants and pleaded for his life between the time he was held in a sleepy rural village in St. James and being deposited at a Kingston lockup. I'm not even going to read the rest of the story. But this was a known gangster, a man who was started to be fearless, and people feared him throughout the community.
Yes.
But when the police catch him, and he thought they were going to kill him, he wet his pants. And that is the nature of when you are on the other side of the gun or on the other side of the barrel. You are big and bad when you are behind the gun. But when you are in front of it, you are just like a little baby. And I listened to that young man. And you could hear the fear in his voice. He knew that death was at his door. And he literally said it, I don't want to die today. How many of his victims
pleaded?
Said that to him. Did he care? I bet you not.
Oh, no. Let's talk to Hortense. Hey, Hortense, good afternoon.
Hey, Hortense.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
That will be nothing. I was just listening where that man go back to that woman,
Mm-hmm.
and she accept
The
the
proposal.
proposal to her.
Mm-hmm.
She should never accept it
Right.
because he is sick. He determined he wants her to do as he likes with her. He wants him to steer and to rule her, manipulate her, do everything. You know, see her. And that he want to.
Mm-hmm.
The judge should have run him out, but him and come bend up. Sympathy, my look. No sympathy no there, so. Lock him up. See him lock up there now. I hope then that's ready key.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
I hope
We hear you.
both him the money come. You see how he's smart? Both him can.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we hear you. And we agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is that your
And
point?
Mr. Grant, him dead from the farm working about 24 years since him I work with them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, you mean the gentleman, who went to
Work,
Canada? Mm-hmm. That's very sad. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Left home hearty, right?
Left home hearty, Ghana, Canada, gone dead.
Mm-hmm. All right. Is that your final comment? Because we have another caller calling in.
Okay.
All right. Bless you, Hortense. Thank you. Good afternoon. Welcome to Community Live. How are you today?
Good evening, Lady D, and your guests and your listeners.
Mm-hmm. My heartbeat, lady.
How are you?
Good.
I just walked to the door at the ending of your first
Lady D,
with the
Yes.
gentleman and the young lady.
Hold on,
I'm not hearing the callers.
Hold on,
That's
lady.
Yes.
Hold on.
Quick, I know your time is limited.
Hold
so
on,
I'm
hold
catching it
on,
up.
yam lady, hold on. Chris, you're not hearing them?
No, I heard
Hortense?
Hortense and I'm hearing
Good night.
young
Oh,
lady speaking.
Yes,
But I'm not hearing
Hortense.
what they're saying. I'm not hearing what they're saying.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Yeah, I just hear them talking, but
You know,
it's not
Hold
clear.
on. I'm going to discontinue. The call. Please call me back.
okay.
Alrighty, we'll just have to do it all over again. Good afternoon, everyone. We are winding down nicely. 11 minutes to 7 o'clock. And I'd like to welcome back Mr. Chris Wilby.
Yes,
You're hearing me now, Mr. Wilby?
I'm hearing you.
Alrighty, so we ask the Yam Lady to give us a call back, 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. Good afternoon, welcome.
Yes, Lady D.
Are you hearing her now, sir?
Yes.
Okay, continue.
Okay. Yes, with the young lady and the gentleman in there, I was tempted listening to see where that was at. Then I realized in Jamaica. The thing about in Jamaica with women, most of these women in Jamaica depend on the man for everything, you know, and men use that as a whip. And the next thing again is she is meant deep down the line. If you should really check that lady background, she was abused along the line, whether coming up or since in her adulthood.
So you think it's, and
So
she accepts that as a
psychological
norm.
thing is still in her head, where she think, you know, the man is doing so much good for her and all of the goodies.
You have a point there,
When
you know.
something is wrong up there.
You have a point there,
The
young
other
lady.
one here that I heard with talking to the gentleman there at the Gleaner. Oh my goodness. You see, when we're bad and powerful, and then afterward, no, we can't. We's a baby when the fact reaches to us.
Yes.
It's about time now, Lady D, in Jamaica, where things have to start roll better than what is going on. Because why are we killing off each other?
That is a
You
question,
know,
a
and the
million-dollar
government has
question.
to start to get deep and very serious in what is going on out there in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
Not because some people can afford a lawyer and they do wrongs and they know they have a lawyer and they have this big person in who can set just like here, you know, where they do things and get away with it. It's about time that we stand up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying it's about time that we all over the world, Jamaicans, are to start to flood the government website and say we need justice because we need to go back home and we had.
Yes, ma'am. We had a conversation recently with representatives from the Jamaica diaspora, and they had made a petition, and, you know, they're planning to do another one because people are, this is what you call sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Oh, Jesus, we are more than sick and tired.
Mm-hmm. So I'm there with you. So are many of us. It is frightening. And though the COVID-19, they've had, you know, people contracting it and so on. But when you think of the death ratio by way of criminality, that is what concerns us. You can get your vaccine, you can do your social distancing, ton of your yard, whatever tags they want to use to send the message out, which many are not adhering to, by the way. But the crime is of great concern. We have an additional caller. Hold your thought, please, Yam Lady. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Hi, good afternoon, Lady D. How are you?
We're well, thank you. Is this one of our, you know, she's not silent, she's a YouTuber, Miss Aldith. Hi, Aldith. Welcome.
Hi. Regarding the gentleman who made the call to the Gleaner.
Yes.
I have a little bit of a different opinion. My opinion is, it's amazing to me how that person could have been part of the gang or part of the mess that occurred in that community, but yet almost everybody in the community was telling him that, boy, the police looking for him and they're going to kill him and them find him or whatever. If he was such a bad man, why would they be telling him? They wouldn't give one iota.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say, is it possible that maybe members of his relative, members of his family were involved, but maybe he wasn't? I'm just saying. And because he's a part of the family, and maybe he maybe roll with them, I don't know what I mean by roll, maybe sit on a corner with them, I don't know. But to say he was involved, and he probably had persons at his mercy and he didn't extend mercy, I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is that I myself grew up in the ghetto, and I remember distinctly even walking up on my building will look like Tivoli and smell hot blood and see gunshot in walls and innocent persons died, right? In the midst of trying to find people that they were hunting for, and rightfully so. But I'm just saying that sometimes in the midst of all the intelligence that you have, there might be one and two persons who are really not guilty. And I totally agree with the person who just called. Most of us want to go back home, whether it is visit or to reside again back home permanently. So we really want to go back to a Jamaica that is worth going back to, you know? But sometimes we just have to be careful, because sometimes we don't know, and sometimes there are really 2 and 3 sides to every story these days. So what exactly is the truth?
And sometimes, of course, you get caught up in collusion, right? You're not necessarily a part of the thing, but you know the people and you hang out with them. But what this also tells us is that you need to choose your friends, and better than that. Because if you knowingly know that you have friends who are actively involved in executing harm to people, killing people, what you're doing with them?
And sometimes you have
If I
family
may-
members who are just like that, and you live together, so you need to take care of yourself, but some of us can't take care of yourself. Just like on a different thing now with the girl and the gentleman. To me, it appears that he's one of the main support to her. And while I would have loved to say, girl, we're in that so long, move away from this, where's she gonna move to? You get what I'm saying? Even if she move and get away from him, which she really should actually need support financially and otherwise. So what is in place to accommodate her and her situation, even if she's willing to do so?
But there are agencies out there that can help them. I sometimes I'm a little taken aback by how many people view Jamaica as though we have no recourse. We have no agencies that are there. People just end up in their situations and feel as though they shouldn't go seek help. That's one of my concerns.
I think education is also important because I guess if these things are reiterated perpetually, maybe you'd have more people accessing the resources. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
All I can say is in every nook and cranny of Jamaica, whether it's by your phone or a little 1-inch TV or something, people are in the know. It's not like they don't know. Gone were the days when you say you have no electricity. People know.
If I may interject here for a minute.
And while we're and it becomes such an interesting and intense conversation. But while you're at it, Mr. Wilby, we have 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay, I'll hang up.
Okay, thanks, Aldi.
If I may-
Thanks, young lady.
Thank you, caller. I just
welcome,
want to
ma'am.
respond to the caller. I hope she will listen on the radio.
Yes.
She has a point. However, the fact that people are calling this man, telling him that the police is in the area, is no way to signify that he's innocent. Because this is what a lot of Jamaicans do. The community, they know that these guys, I'm not saying this particular guy was whatever, I don't know. But I'm just saying the fact that they were calling him does not tell us whether or not he was innocent or guilty. The fact they were calling him because all of them knew him. And some of them may know that he is a bad man and he's doing things because that is how Jamaicans roll, unfortunately.
Yeah.
A lot of times they know the criminals and they protect them.
Lady,
So,
sorry, can I
you
step
know,
in a minute, Lady D?
You have a minute.
Yes, they are the dons in the area, and they are well supported by the community because they walk around and give the kids them, few dollars and all of the goodies and whatever and stuff like that. And it's time now for us to break out of that thing and send the kids. Heart have so much program in Jamaica where kids can go and learn trade and all that. And don't let your kids, get so close to these dons and these men in the whatever in the community. Women are in it too, not only the men. So it's time for
Yes,
us now
you're
to
correct.
start educate our. It don't have to be our own family, But if we're going to wait until it reach our family, every child is counted. And that is my opinion this evening. And that's what I think, seeing what is going on there.
Yes.
And
All right.
it's about time. I am so fed up and I'm so mad.
All
each
right.
time I heard the news out of there,
I
it
get
made my
you.
skin
All
ache.
right. So I will encourage you now after
Have
you
a good evening,
to
Lady
go drink
D, and
some.
it was nice yapping with
Thank you very much.
I'll see
Go
you
drink
soon.
some water. Calm down. Drink some water. All right, we have a final caller and you have 1 second. Good afternoon to you.
Good evening, Lady B. Good evening, Mr. Wilby.
Good afternoon, my
Good
dear.
evening, ma'am.
And I fully endorse what Miss Hortense and the Sister Pat said. They bait you, those young men. They bait you, and as soon as they can get, they're going to kill you because, Lady D, I have had a little taste of what it is, so I know.
Okay.
You got to run from them.
I get
Bless
you.
you for you.
Thank you, love.
Every evening. Thanks, Mr. Willoughby, and safe home now.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
And
All
what
right,
what
Lady
this
D,
what
another
this tell
evening.
hold
Thank
hold
you
on,
very
Chris.
much.
Chris, hold on. What this tells us as we are closing out is that once somebody decides to intimidate you, and that's what they do, they're intimidating. And not only are they just intimidating on a personal basis, they are using the weapons to do it. And that is where the fear comes in. The Jamaican government, I don't think it's because they're not trying. I just think they have not been able to create the perfect crime fighting measure for the nation. That is what is beating them. They haven't been able to, and it's a different, use the term loosely, breed of police you have there now. I was just talking to, interestingly, and I think Chris has said it in the past, did you know that there are people who, when they want to go hurt somebody who they had some beef with, they go into the forces or in the army?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you have that, which is why the corruption in the force and in the JDF is just rising like that, because, it's such a twofold dynamic. And in order to stem it in the bud, everybody's going to have to be on the same page. If you're not on the same page, you're not going to win the battle. So the criminals will always have the upper hand. Your final comments now, Chris, will be?
Yes, Lady D, once again, I want to say thanks to you and thanks to all the listeners for participating. Look forward to being back here next week, same time, same place, to do it all over again. Have a great evening.
Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, it has been our pleasure here on Keeping You in the Know with news, happenings, and facts. This is another edition of Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez, brought to you with Keeping You in the Know on a Monday afternoon from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. We are now in daylight saving time. Did anybody oversleep? I hope not. It's still nice and bright outside. What a thing. But I'm looking forward to being back here on Thursday evening with another nice segment as we celebrate International Women's Month. Thanks to Cooler Runnings Restaurant, 1802 Narita Avenue in the Bronx. Jerk chicken, fried chicken, jumbo shrimp, rice and peas, rasta pasta, so much more. 718-324-7484. Stop by and say, hey, Lady D send me. It's now 3 minutes after 7 o'clock. Gotta go. I had a wonderful time. Hope you did too. Looking forward to seeing you again. As always, love yourselves, love your children, and remember, in everything you do, it is the will of God concerning your life. A lot of love to you. Blessings. Can I give the chips? Mwah. I'm out of here.
You're locked on to the number one radio station. Number one radio station.
Oh, they play the best music.
Number one. The best music for your listening pleasure.
Come to rule, and we have the angle, the tackle, and we have the tool. Yeah, man, Sanchez, I keep it locked. Linkage.
There are radio stations within the air, but to this, none can compare. Trying to figure what to think, because now with us, you're fully linked. Stay linked to Linkage Radio, your home for entertainment.
This station rules the nation.